Water definitely is required to run the power plants. Since we have around 4,000 megawatts or more of power plants running at any point of time, because we live in abundant areas where water is not much of an issue, with an average rainfall of not less than 200 centimeters in a year, we tend to discount or take it for granted. And it is something which we are all noticing, that whatever resource you take for granted sometimes starts depleting, and then it becomes expensive. And then the issues related to conservation and how do we mitigate the loss is something which takes a lot.
In hilly areas, our problem is that joras are drying up, which are the lifeline of the hills. And both Panchayat Rural Development Department and WRD, we are both involved in rejuvenation of jora by doing some treatments. And in all other parts of Bengal, the alluvial zone, the issue is mostly on water management. People are using flood irrigation. So we tried one small, there is a small equipment, just rupees 10,000. It is called tensiometer. So we have this water user association, so we gave them. And then the good part is that now we have tried and seen that where they were needing 12 irrigations, that has reduced to 8 irrigations. And because they are not flooding their field, the production has gone up by 15-20%.
Canal irrigation is practiced, that is flood irrigation. Please try to teach them to adopt either channel irrigation or pipe irrigation, even in canal fed areas. That will reduce water wastage.
India is top among the waterless countries. In the coming 20 or 30 years, India is going to face a severe water scarcity, and we cannot escape out of this. And unless and until we are becoming aware from now onwards, we are taking the necessary steps to come out from these severe scarcity issues with the proper planning and sustainable measures.
We are also doing the minor irrigation scheme census of the minor irrigation scheme, because that is a very important thing for how much water we are extracting for agriculture purpose. And based on this minor irrigation census, we are using those data for the resource estimation of groundwater.
Stakeholder monitoring, communal decisions rather than one person decision for groundwater. Holistic mapping all resources, not only rainfall, not only groundwater, but also the crop type, crop demand. And then all these data come together for the 3 M's. You measure, then you monitor, and then map the groundwater resources, and finally you manage it.
The groundwater, if you suppose today if we stop using groundwater, that doesn't give you any good sense, because ultimately groundwater will flow, it will lead to sea or coastal ocean, and it will become saline. Before that, we are to utilize that water how much possible, but in a sustainable extraction or in a sustainable manner.
We have introduced micro irrigation in West Bengal, and thereby we have guided the farmers to utilize to make judicious use of the irrigation water as far as their requirement is concerned. And initially we just focused on sprinkler irrigation, and now onwards we are now catching up the drip segment also, and farmers are very knowingly and willingly coming to apply for this registration.
Couple of things that were very clear is that there is a very serious issue of groundwater depletion. We've identified agriculture is the biggest contributor to this. Bengal is still at a point where before we reach to tipping point, before আমরা Punjab বা Karnataka বা Tamil Nadu মতো একটা situation নিয়ে আসি, there is hope that we can change things around.